Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing alright. Welcome back to another video in the build up to FIFA 22 with me, Kieran, and we are doing a pretty interesting topic today. It's something that I think is really interesting, but a lot of people, especially ones that are new to the game and have only played it for a few years, don't actually know about, and that is EA Play. I've got to say, unlike FIFA 16, FIFA 17, I didn't even know this was a thing. I've only done it for like the last year, and I'm going to be explaining it because it's the first chance you will get to play the actual game of FIFA 22. Not even the web app, not beta or anything like that. Actual FIFA 22. You can play the actual game, go on Ultimate Team, pack players, everything like that. I'm going to tell you how it works and how to use your hours the best way to get the most out of FIFA 22's early access. So of course, before we actually get into doing EA Play on FIFA, you guys need to know what it is if you don't already and how to get it and all of the kind of admin behind it and downloading and what you've got to sign up for and everything like that. It's a subscription service. It's like PS Plus or Xbox Game Pass or something like that, where you get some free games and some game trials. But it's all EA games for this one, and there's some pretty decent ones involved. Even if you're just doing it for FIFA, I'd recommend actually you pick out some of the other games and have a look at them, because that's what I did. There is an EA Play Hub app, but it's limited in functionality. They're kind of retiring it, as you can see here. I think you can still download it for the game trials, but there used to be a thing here called the playlist, which have all the games on it. If you want to see which games you get as part of EA Play, just type in EA Play on the PS or Xbox store, and it will tell you there's, I know, UFC 4, Jedi Fallen Order, Mirror's Edge, Need for Speed. There's some big games on there that some of you might be interested in playing alongside FIFA. But if you just want it for FIFA, use their 7-day free trial. You should be able to find that on the PS Store as well. So if I'm on the PS Store and I just type in EA Play, you'll see it comes up with a 1 month thing and stuff like that, because I've already used my free trial on FIFA 20, I think it was. But if I just type in EA Play here, then you'll see it comes up EA Play 1 month, stuff like that, as well as some of the games you can play like Need for Speed and a few others. But yeah, I've got the 12-month thing because I use it for lots of other games, but if you guys are just getting it for FIFA, then just do that. And you don't even have to be getting Ultimate Edition. You don't actually even have to have FIFA bought to do this. But what you're going to do is, at the moment, you go on EA Play Hub and you go down to Game Trials, and FIFA should be there, and it should be 10 hours of FIFA if you're on PS4, or if you're PS5, it'll be 20 hours. And I'll explain how you get those 20 hours, because you can go and play the game for 10 hours on PS4, and then go over to your PS5 and play it for 10 hours on the PS5, which I think is pretty sick, actually. It's a really, really good thing for them to do. It means those next-gen gamers, I know there's quite a few more of them now, you'll get extra time on that. But once you've downloaded that and you've gone on the game trial, signed up for it, you should be able to see FIFA from September the 22nd. That's when you can start doing this. Midnight UK time on September the 22nd, you should be able to go on FIFA. And of course, once you're on FIFA, you guys need to know what you should do to make the most of your time, because you only get 10 hours if you're only on PS4 or 20 on PS5. It's the same with Xbox. The new Xboxes get 20 hours, the Xbox One gets 10. I need to tell you what you guys should do to maximise your time, make the most coins, get the best players, and enjoy yourself. So if you were loading up the game for the first time, just like any FIFA, you'll have to go through your settings, things like that. You'll have to set that all up like usual with your language or difficulty, things like that. But once you're in, head straight to Ultimate Team. Don't worry about career, because you don't gain anything by playing career or pro clubs or seasons or anything like that early. The only mode where you stand to gain stuff by playing it early is Ultimate Team. And before you do this, make sure you've used the web app a little bit. There's a lot of things you can do on the web app that you don't need to be playing the actual game for. I'm going to do a separate video on how to get started on the web app, also how to trade on the web app. That'll be helpful, especially if you're not getting EA Play and you just want either the early access or the full game. You're waiting for that to come out. And even if you're not getting it until Christmas, it's a good way to start on the web app. But make sure you do all your proper starter stuff on the web app. So if you're picking your starter squad, do that on the web app. If you're doing SBCs, do that on the web app. If you're doing even some trading can be done on the web app. What you really want to do in the actual game is just play games. That's all you want to do. You just want to be using the whole time to play games. There's a few other things you can do that I'll get into, but if you want to change your badge, do it on the web app. If you want to change your team around and apply some chemistry styles or consumables, make sure you're doing that on the web app. Anything you can do on the web app, do it, okay? The only thing that I'd maybe say you can do, which also you can do on the web app, is trading, because it's a lot easier to snipe. I will be talking about some filters and stuff like that in my web app video, but if you guys maybe like set up a filter, say you want to get Premier League golds for 1.2k and you want to set that up, I know there's none actually out there at the moment, but it's a lot easier to set up on this thing. Just like click your controller fast like that. I'm sorry if you can hear that too loudly. Then click in and then going around and refreshing the page on the actual web app. So it's a lot quicker to snipe. Actually, that is one thing that you can do, that you can actually do on the web app, but is better on this. You're more likely to get a lot of cards. The transfers have really gone down, by the way. It's only 720k out there, but that's not what you want to be doing, okay, mostly. If you're doing any just normal buying teams and not snipe trading, do it on the web app, okay? And this is a really, really big bit of information here before I talk about which kind of games and stuff you should be playing. Make sure when you're not playing FIFA, you log out, you don't leave the game on, because that will take away from your time, okay? So to make sure you don't lose any time, make sure you exit out of Ultimate Team. Wait for that to happen, make sure it leaves Ultimate Team, goes back to here, and then close your application. Make sure you close your application. Even like just logging out of Ultimate Team won't count. You need to close the application completely. But it's good to do both, because sometimes it still thinks you're logged in, and you'd have to, when you go on the web app, and you'd have to reload your game and waste about 3 or 4 minutes. I know it doesn't sound like much, but if that happens 3 times, that's another game that you can't play. So it's pretty important that you do that. You can lose in a lot of time because of that, and I'm not gonna lie, I lost about an hour in the past because of it. Right, so of course once you've learned all that, you've realised that you don't need to leave the game open, and you've got used to all that kind of thing, you're ready to play some games. You don't even want to waste time on the menus here, you just want to go into games as quickly as you can. And you see mine's just loading back in here. I'd recommend that you play squad battles. I know that might sound a bit weird, and you want to play online, you want to get up against other people straight away. Play squad battles first. And the reason for that is that the first squad battles is EA Play only, because EA Play is coming out on Wednesday, and the whole access kind of thing isn't really coming out until quite a while after. I think it's like Tuesday, something like that, maybe even Wednesday, before the actual game comes out. So there is an EA Play only squad battles. A lot of people are going to jump straight online. There's not going to be that many people on it, because if you think about people that are playing the game early, it's a hardcore, it's the kind of sweaty players. A lot of them are going to want to jump straight online, and because they are sweaty players, it's going to be quite hard online. But if you play squad battles, this is what I do. I'm a decent player. I got to Div 1 last year, but I'm not like sick. I'm not like elite foot champs or anything. I started by playing squad battles. It helps you learn the game. It also helps you get some rewards. The teams you're playing against might not be as good as if you're playing online, so it's more like you'll get some wins. Obviously you get more coins for wins, you can use your coin boosts in it, just like usual. So make sure you're also working towards objectives at the same time. Any in-game objectives that you need to do, there'll obviously be a lot more than this. Try and get them done at the same time, because if it gives you a 2-player pack, that's 2 rare golds extra for your team that other people can't get because they don't have the game. So make sure you're doing squad battles and trying to complete objectives at the same time. It's going to help you learn the game, especially if you play on high difficulty, of course, because competitor mode's there, whilst having quite a low chance of you losing, which is quite helpful. Because if you played online straight away, there's going to be a lot of sweats, a lot of people that have bought FIFA points and have already got good teams. And while we're speaking of FIFA points, I recommend you don't buy them, but if you do, if you're one of them guys, you want to see the pack animation, just do it on the web app, okay? It's just a waste of your time to be doing it on the actual game when you can do exactly the same thing on the web app, and the pack animation is still pretty decent. So just make sure you're not wasting your time opening packs on this either. But I would wait, actually, with Div Rivals. I'd say you should play Rivals at this time last year, because you get the placement coins. It's a lot of money to trade with and try and get yourself some better players and maybe try some new players out. But this year, with no placement coins, there's a lot less point to playing Div Rivals, because you're not going to get the coins to trade, whilst you do get those rewards straight away after 5 days before the game is even out for the people that bought the Ultimate Edition. If you're playing squad battles, you're getting extra packs, and it just helps you, really. You could get a good player out of that, and I'm not sure how Rivals rules are going to work this year, what day it's going to be on, anything like that. And obviously you don't need to worry about weekend league qualification, because that's changed, and the first weekend league won't be until the 8th of October, so you've got a while to wait for that. But what I do, I stop playing Div Rivals when the actual game comes out on the 1st, because a lot of people are going to be jumping straight on, playing with bronze teams. You can smash them, okay? That's what I did last year. I waited for people to come on with bronze teams, and I just smacked them with a semi-decent gold team, the likes of Teixeira in it, Paulinho, Fekir, a few decent cards that I'd got during the week from playing squad battles and those kind of game modes. So that's what I'd recommend you do. If you wait and then play Div Rivals at the start of the actual game, you might be able to beat people a lot easier, and especially if you aren't really confident in the game, you find it a lot easier if you wait for the actual game to come out to play squad battles. But yeah, I wouldn't be touching Div Rivals unless you're really confident, you're a really good player, then I guess go for it, and you could maybe get up the leaderboard quite quickly, but we're just not sure what the rewards are going to be yet, so I wouldn't go with that. Also, while we're talking about it, I can see it going along on the side, the pre-season rewards, guys, they're going to come out quite late. I wouldn't worry about redeeming them or anything. They're going to come out quite late in the game. But yeah, so just to recap the main points, make sure you always close your app. Make sure that you're playing squad battles, it's the most profitable game mode. Make sure that you're doing anything you can do, such as SBCs, packs on the web app, actually on the web app, because it's not going to waste time on here. And one more thing, there could be a glitch again this year that gets you unlimited hours. If there is, I'll make a video on it. Just subscribe, you'll get all the FIFA 22 videos coming in. We've got the web app advice coming hopefully by Friday. We've got a stream on Friday. I'm going to do my end of FIFA 21 like kind of video, just going over the year and that's kind of for the subscribers, like the hardcore subscribers, to see. I'm going to do a video like talking about everything that I've done this year and how it's gone. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this, guys. Let me know if you're hyped for FIFA 22. Any questions about EA Play or just any FIFA 22 in general, any advice you'd like, anything like that, let me know. If you want any FIFA 22 tutorials for a certain thing, such as maybe skills or something like that, or a way of trading or preparing, let me know. I'll try and get that done for you. I'd love to hear what you guys would like me to talk about. So thank you very much for watching as always, and hopefully I will see you again for more FIFA 22 videos. Goodbye.